So this is the first round of the Good Gamery Hearthstone Pauper tournament. I'm recording the narration after the fact because the audio in there was not fantastic, very uneven, and I may or may not have been eating at the time. In any case, this is Conquest, so you have 3 classes. You have to win 1 game with each of your classes to win the round, and it's Pauper, so only commons and basic cards are allowed. But standard, so, you know, no old common cards. So here I led with the Raven, assuming that he would probably go Squire, Hero Power, and trade in the Divine Shield and 2 damage for it. But he backstabbed, so I felt like it was probably better just to get down a threat that I could then pump the following turn using coin. Hence the Panther form and the Windwalker. Juggler here doesn't really matter. If it punches the Panther, I mean, it's slightly more ready to die, but it's going to get +3 here in a sec anyway, so it just means he could have traded in a little bit more effectively. Now the Innervate makes it so I could mark on top of doing Windwalker and have a 5-4 when all said and done, 5-5, but I didn't really think it was worth it. He was going to have to trade in for the Windwalker, probably throw a few things at it, and a 5-5 is not significantly harder to kill than a 3-3, so I left it be. Not for a rogue, anyway. This one was tricky. I mean, I could have traded in just with the Panther. I could eat the Abusive, plop down Druid. I decided to go for the line that left me with a guy that could kill the Pillager, and leave me with something afterwards. He was going to have to deal with the Panther one way or another. I happened to luck into drawing one of the few 1-cost cards in the deck to make maximum value for my turn. So he's still going to have to stab the Panther because he doesn't want to waste the shield or knock his Tomb Pillager down to trading range with one of the sprouts. So my plan kind of sticks around to what I thought it was going to be. And I play the Druid on taunt, you know, curve out. Next turn I can still play with the Raptor, get a couple Saprolings, and Hero Power. He manages to eat my bear very efficiently. Well, actually not that efficiently. He had to spend a card, his shield, and his face. But I'm at a dangerous life total at this point. 10 is not a lot against a rogue. They have a decent amount of damage that can go directly to the face. They have pretty good pumps, so I felt pretty obligated to clear his board as much as I could and restore a little bit of life. Looking back on it, I probably should have just played the Druid of the Flame and not worried about that 1 health, but I wasn't sure how much longer the game was going to go, or if he had, you know, big high-end cards like a Kraken or something that was just going to dominate the board once it hit. Looks like his deck is pretty much all cycling stuff. But it's not like I can leave it out, so we have to trade in, keep pushing that damage. The prospect here of going for a guy in Hero Power is way less attractive than just slamming both dudes. The only really question is Firecat or Firehawk. He's low enough that he can't really easily take out Firecat, without another backstab or some other piece of damage that is not going at me, which I would prefer. So it looks like he's in a pretty tough spot here. Not a ton of options. If he can kill the Fire Cat, he probably would. So he's most likely just thinking about how to resolve the board, try and get rid of the worst of the stuff I have. Turns out he can't really do anything at all to the board aside from shove dudes onto it. But I've only got 11 damage on my guys and 1 from the hero power, so without drawing swipe or anything like that, I can't finish him off this turn. Given that, it's still worth pushing some of the damage on him, but I decide that clearing out the excess buddies he's got out is preferable to just going face with them, because there's absolutely no way he's going to be able to deal with my entire board. 5-5, 5-2, 3-2, Death Rattle, and I'm going to be at 11. So if he wants to trade in the Loot Hoarder to draw a card, that's not going on my face. If he wants to, deal with other things, he's probably taking damage to do it. So this seemed like the safest route and still having the highest chance of winning. So that was round 1.